York City. We're staying with Nicholas's uncle. Trying to keep my voice down because everybody is still sleeping. But I'm gonna do a what I eat in a day in New York City today. So it's gonna be a vlog. I'm gonna go to a lot of fun places. I learned some history about some of the places I'm going to too, so I love to share that in these videos. Right now I'm getting ready and I wanted to show you this moisturizer because this has been helping my skin so much. As you can see, my skin's a little bit red, but I feel like this has been helping a lot because it's really cold and dry, and I feel like my skin has just been irritated from all of the wind, like when you're walking so much. So this is a barrier recovery cream, and it's really been helping to minimize the redness and just keep my skin actually hydrated, because I was putting on my other moisturizer before and it just felt like as soon as it was absorbed it was gone, and this feels like it kind of stays throughout the day and it sits under makeup really nicely too. I also changed my cleanser. This is cruelty free. Both of these are cruelty free and vegan, but this is a milky cleanser and I feel like it's just much more hydrating. I was using a hydrating cleanser, but again my skin was just really red. This combo has been helping me a lot, so thought I would share if any of you guys are having the winter skin blues like I was. My skin was just not happy, and already it feels a lot better. Not 100%, but this is an improvement, so I'm happy about that. I like a lot of different cereals, but for mornings when I just need to be full for a long time, I like this one because it has protein and fiber. And I actually gave you guys the wrong link last time I talked about it in a video, so if you want 15% off, click the link below. More cute dog. We're going to get coffee. I've been giving Nicholas directions by singing songs. Oh, New York. It's very early in the morning and I'm like, make a left, to the left, to the left.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. To the left, we're gonna turn to the left. Did you love it?
I did. Magnificent.
Should I be on American Idol?
You should. I'd pay to watch that.
Okay, now you're just lying to me. Anyway, we're going to get coffee. I don't know that I need it. I'm pretty hyped.
Yeah, you never need it.
Regardless, we went to a place called Eat Pretty on the Upper East Side for a cup of coffee. I just got a regular coffee with oat milk, but the actual inside of this place, even though it's so tiny, is actually very pretty and very pink, so it's a fun place to check out. After that, I made my way over to the Upper West Side around Columbus Circle, and that's where ABC Studios is. There was a long line outside of people getting ready to go in, so once you go in through the loading dock. They give everyone masks, and then you kind of walk through the back part of the studio over to where the audience entrance is. And at this point, it's really fun. There's lots of music playing, everyone's in a good mood, some people are dancing, just kind of getting ready for the show to start. You can't film the actual show, so this is just a little sneak peek beforehand. But if you guys want to get tickets, I went on 1iota. I'll link it down below. They're free. You just request the time that you want to go, and they'll email you if there's a spot. So that's what I did, and it was so fun. It was so surreal to sit there and look at the table in real life because everything looks both bigger and smaller. Like the studio is bigger than I thought it was, but the table and the chairs and all the props, everything seems so tiny in real life. The audience members were really nice, like just a whole bunch of strangers hanging out and watching the show, but we all were laughing and dancing. It was really fun. Now I'm going to Central Park. I'm gonna find some coffee because it's very cold. I found a coffee shop nearby called Joe's. So I'm gonna go get some coffee and then I think find a bagel. I think a really good bagel with tofu cream cheese sounds good right now. If you're in a new place and you don't know if there's vegan options around, I feel like the Happy Cow app is really reliable. They update it pretty often, and that's how I found this place called Zucker's Bagels. I just typed in bagels near me, found a few different options, and then literally wrote in Zucker's Bagels vegan, and this popped up on Happy Cow, and it says that they have vegan friendly bagels and also tofu cream cheese. And a lot of places in New York have tofu cream cheese, so it's pretty easy to find good vegan options at bagel stops. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna finish my coffee. Side note, one of the best things about having a puffer is you just feel like you're wearing a comforter out in public. It's like a socially acceptable blanket that you can wear in public, which I kind of love. Like you could be wearing anything underneath, wear this on top, and you can go out into the world. It's kind of excellent. For lunch on this day, I made my way over to Zucker's Bagels. This place is called Zucker's Bagels and Smoked Fish, but they do have vegan options. I got a toasted onion bagel with tofu cream cheese, tomatoes, onions, and capers, and it was delicious. It had a really amazing texture, like very crispy, crunchy on the outside, but soft and chewy on the inside. It was good enough to just be plain on its own, just the cream cheese, but the extra saltiness from the capers was delicious. I'm walking through Central Park right now past strawberry fields, and I walked by this gallery that had a print that had a lot of writing on it, and normally I don't like those pieces of art that have sayings or poems or things written on them, but I stopped to read this one and I feel like it really resonated with me because one of the lines was, ask people about their passions and tell them about your dreams. And I love how proactive that advice is. It's not just like live life to the fullest. It's actually a really actionable thing that, oh, there's a big pigeon. If you like doing walking tours, which I do, you can do some digital walking tours. You can just type in Central Park walking tours, and it's kind of fun to just go through and learn about the different landmarks that you pass along the way. One thing I learned is that the Bethesda Fountain was named in 1873 at a ceremony that was commemorating the Croton Aqueduct, which is the first time fresh water was brought to New York City. And the statue has an angel on top, which was named Bethesda and meant to signify that the water was pure, that it was blessed, that it was safe to drink, because prior to this, New Yorkers were often getting diseases from contaminated water. And so she's holding a lily in her hand, and there's cherubs around the fountain, and all of this signifies that the water is pure and drinkable. It's right in the middle of the Bethesda Terrace, which has incredible acoustics, so there's often a lot of musicians there, and it leads up the stairs to the mall, which is a tree-lined walkway. Time to go to the bookstore. Before I went to the bookstore, I came across this little market called Mast Market, and I stopped in to get a ginger and turmeric tea. It was really cold on this day, so I just wanted something that didn't have caffeine that would warm me up. And they have a beautiful little store and market inside with all kinds of pantry goods, cookbooks, handmade gifts, and kitchen items. It was absolutely beautiful and really fun to explore. So I got my tea and then headed over to the Strand. And the Strand is a famous New York bookstore that has a few different locations. This one was up by Columbus Circle, but it's been around since, 1927, and they have an incredible selection of books. It's a very large store, especially for New York City. I feel like a lot of little markets and bookshops can be really small, but this one was a great size. Tons of not only books, but puzzles and gifts like mugs and candles and tote bags. It's a great place to stop in if you want to get someone a gift where you can get them like a book and a little something extra. I actually picked up a beanie. They had some really beautiful beanies that were all in these bright colors that were just happy, not only nice colors, but just looked really warm and cozy. And it was, as I've said many times, cold on this day. So I picked one up for myself and I thought it was so cute. Then I headed back to the apartment to get some work done and have a snack. With the strawberries, I had one of these Nature's Bakery fig bars. It was the raspberry flavor. They're really similar to Fig Newtons, maybe a bit thicker, I think. So this was my little snack while I got some work done on the computer. And one of the best parts about staying here is this dog, Eli. He is 12 years old. He's very cuddly, and he made a great, I would say excellent, working buddy. We're meeting at a place called Spicy Moon. There's a few different locations, but it's vegan Szechuan food, and they have dumplings and noodles and some tofu dishes, and also some dishes that I saw that have Beyond Beef green beans and spring rolls and all kinds of good stuff. So I'm very excited. I'm very hungry. So I'll show you what it looks like. Look who I found.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. So we're standing outside waiting. It's crowded in there, like really crowded. But we noticed that the place next door is a little bit more empty. So we kind of walked down the road to see how busy it is. And there's another vegan restaurant that's also packed. So it's like the two vegan restaurants on the street are totally packed and the other ones are empty. But I feel like that hasn't really been the case in New York so far. Like a lot of the places are like a little vegan friendly, or you can kind of make a vegan option, but it's not as much as in California. But down here on the lower east side, or I guess the East Village, there's a lot. It seems to be really popular. So maybe it just depends on what neighborhood you're in. So Spicy Moon has two sides of the menu, big bites and small bites. We started with small bites, which was some potato dumplings and then these wontons in chili oil. These were absolutely incredible, so flavorful, a little bit spicy though, so definitely be aware of that. But the potato dumpling was so unique. It was a vegan sour cream and potato dumpling with fresh dill. You can see the dill inside, and it was just like a very comforting flavor combination. But my favorite was this crab rangoon, vegan crab, vegan cream cheese with a delicious kind of sweet and sticky dipping sauce. sauce. So good, so crunchy. Then we got mapo tofu, which was also spicy but delicious. We got kung pao mushrooms, which were really, really crispy. The sauce was delicious, but my favorite was the dan dan noodles. These are sesame noodles with Beyond Beef and lots of green onions. As you can see, they are just so absolutely perfectly coated in the sauce. Everything was so flavorful. I definitely understand why it was packed.
10 out of 10. That place is awesome. If you go, get the crab rangoon, the dan dan noodles with the Beyond Beef, the wontons if you like spicy food. It was all so good though. It was all really, really good.
Then we made our way back home and I warmed up with some tea. I have the Tabitha Brown lemon balm tea, the organic lemon balm tea from Target. I brought that with me. So I had some tea and we watched the Great British Baking Show, which is our favorite night show. And that was everything I ate today in New York City. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. All the links for everything I mentioned are in the description box below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. Bye.